So I'm sad to say, but a recording mistake on my end ate my first try at playing the Smol RPG battle demo. So, I'll just try to lightning round it really quickly for you. My main impressions were that, it's definitely a work in progress. I'm sure you know that. But one of the problem is, even at this point, you already have a lot of what you think you want for a JRPG battle system, but as implemented, it's not very interesting, right? This is a JRPG system that could have been in Final Fantasy 2 or 1. And that has kind of fallen out of favor recently, right? I can't think of very many recent games that play the JRPG trope so straight. And I think a big part of that is because it's not very interesting at its core, right? It's sort of a math problem. Find out what does the most damage over time and make sure you don't die. So, just going on beyond that, beyond the lack of hooks, which I think is the actual main problem. Something that I felt was missing from it as is this particular menu, right? To do a magic spell, I have to click multiple times, a lot of times. Let me count it again. So I got to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to get to the fireball. If you expect every character to have a lot of spells, maybe this makes sense. But if you're doing that, why not give them a type ahead instead if you're expecting me to use the keyboard anyway? And then this is how JRPGs usually do it, is they only give you so many spells that you sort of attune out of combat, and then you only have 2 or 3 spells that you can actually use in combat. And then that makes it much more manageable. I don't have to go through so many menus. I just have a list. Oh, I can attack, I can do fireball, I can do whatever else, I can use my items. And that's much more manageable from a player perspective. Then something else I noticed is run away. Oh, it worked this time. Every time I tried running away before, it gave me no feedback to the fact that I was running away. And spawned me with the camera outside the world. Fair enough. And something else I noticed is it looks like these slimes, every once in a while one of them can aggro you, but they don't do anything to suggest that they've aggroed you. So the only way you can know that is if you happen to walk away from them and you notice them walking toward you. Which is, I would at least like an exclamation point over their head or something, so that way you know you should be running away from this guy. What else? In items, when I was looking at the potions, I couldn't immediately tell what these numbers to the right over here were for. If you just put a little X to tell me, oh, this is how many are in your inventory, that would have helped a lot. And especially for items, which you may only have one of or you might not have looked at too closely, it'd be nice for it to tell you what this item will do for you immediately. But, yeah. What else? This is something that I don't know why this is the case, but it seems like the menu is less responsive than I like. It looks like maybe it sometimes buffers inputs, or yeah, it looks like it sometimes buffers inputs, and it makes it harder to actually navigate the menu. If I'm holding down the button, that doesn't necessarily mean that I want to go up a whole bunch. It should mean you should do the movement, and then you should maybe how would you code a menu like this? Because I've done menu games before, but they've been mouse menu games. This feels less responsive, and I don't know how to fix that. I don't know, if you hold up, yeah, it's natural that it should just continue scrolling up at a fixed rate. But if I'm doing up, 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 and then I want to go right, it should maybe it should queue up to the point where you press a different key. So if I press down, 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 and then right, it shouldn't be down, down, down the right. It should be Oh, this is an interesting question. I guess the best advice I can give is just explore different kinds of input buffering options, because as it is right now, it feels a little weird sometimes. All right. So that was a Smol RPG.